all in this together. Make this world better.
Take your aspirin. I'm going to tell you what I did. No, you just sit down. I'm talking now. Take the aspirin, put it in a tablespoon, light a match, and just heat it up. I remember the stench of that filthy aspirin to this day. And this is what goes into your body, and what you're putting another poison into the body. So when we have people come into the office, the first thing we have to think in terms of after the evaluation was about 100% detoxification. I think you'll find the exact same thing with Brenda, same thing with Brian, same thing with Nick, same thing with Serbia, and also our moderator will tell you the exact same thing.
And don't mess with him. Yes.
Dr. Barry Sears, I don't know if any of you know his book. He talks about aspirin.
Dr.
Barry Sears. He's not a doctor, he's a scientist. The book, The Zone.
And what's the question?
The Zone. He talks about aspirin being the magic.
I want to be redundant. What's the question?
The question is, what's your opinion about the Zone book and the Zone diet?
Anybody have an opinion on the Zone diet?
He lives in my neighborhood.
I met Barry Sears at several conferences. I was in Japan and no one else spoke English, so we spoke to each other at length in the weight room working out. And I said, Barry, where does the fish oil, where does it get its omegas from? And he turned to me and he knew exactly the phytoplanktons, the zooplanktons, the green in the ocean. They get it. So why not, Barry, go directly to the source of omegas instead of taking in the fish that has the mercury and the toxins and the risk of rancidity? And he turned to me and said, yes, you could do that. And I said, well, do you have a product that's beyond the fish oil you sell, that's available from the ocean, that's a green chlorella or spirulina or other that's high in omegas, such as the primrose and the flax? He said no, but you could get one. And I said, thank you very much, Barry. And I said, you used to recommend a fairly high protein diet relative to plant-based. Now I see you're recommending 10 to 15 fruits and vegetables a day. When are you going to get to where you can eat all whole fresh fruits and vegetables and raw natural food and not have to consume the meats and dairy, as we know is the best type of diet?
And then he had nobody to talk to.
That's when he learned Japanese.
Right.
This is no discredit to Barry, but Barry lives about 5 miles from the Institute. He's no longer a doctor. He was a chiropractic doctor to begin with, and then an osteopathic doctor. He actually retired out of that. He went into real estate, and I think that's a much better profession to work.
Thank you. Yes.
Yes, question for Dr. Clemens. Dr. Clemens, you travel a lot. What do you eat when you travel? Because it's not easy to...
And those 3 things, and most of you know that, but if you're not concentrating on it and you're not tending to it, then somebody else is. And you need to get active about it, and you cannot, it's difficult to find a healthy, passive person about their health. You have to be active about it.
Right. You can't depend on the government to keep you well. Depend on yourself to make you well.
I'm giving a lecture also in 10 minutes, and like I said, it's on the FDA. You cannot depend on them. We're going to talk about what you can do.
And Brenda Cobb. Brenda's booth is downstairs on the mezzanine, and she will also be giving a lecture tomorrow at 3. And 30 seconds.
You have to decide that health is more important to you than anything else. Heal your emotional self. Emotions drive us to do things we know are not good for us, drive us to eat things that we know are not good for us to eat. And so work on your emotional healing. Once the emotional self is healed, the physical body instantly heals.
Thank you. And Dr. Brian Clement, Hippocrates Institute has a booth also downstairs in the mezzanine. And Brian will be giving a lecture tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Brian, 30 seconds.
In all the years I've worked with the sick people and watched them bring about remarkable recoveries, why they've been able to do it individually is they found their passion. And they were willing to surrender and let go of their perceived concepts from the past and just live a life that's fulfilling. And so the one thing I can suggest to you is find that passion, liberate yourself, and then all of this falls into place very easily.
Be happy. And Serva will be giving a lecture tomorrow at 1 o'clock on cellular nutrition, 3 o'clock on Tibetan rights, the workshop 4 o'clock on Tibetan rights, and Monday on Tibetan rights, a half-day event. And Serva has a table in the bookstore room. 30 seconds.
Yes, I'm competing with Brian tomorrow, 1 o'clock p.m. I will give you a beautiful, beautiful overview how to be healthy in cellular level, what happens with your emotions, you're feeding your emotion or you're feeding your body, and why we eating something, what is the meaning with eating meat, or why we have resistance toward raw food. I give you those explanations, and also I touch a lot spiritual level, how to build your beautiful light body, what kind of food you need and nutrition you need to go to the next evolutionary step. Tomorrow 1 p.m.
And Dr. Robert Sorge. Dr. Sorge will be giving a lecture to...
That's when you can start to roll back content. There's no point in giving it light when there's no leaf. Okay, so really it comes out to be, when you're dealing with green leaves, it really comes out to be the last couple of days of growth. Right, so here's alfalfa growing in the bag. So a bag that was designed for, a dark environment, you can still modify it, and it can grow greens. So I'll let you all harvest this. Just harvest. Take a small amount like this, and just enjoy it.
Is that wheatgrass or what is that?
Alfalfa sprouts.
This is alfalfa? Yes. This is just straight.
Wheatgrass in that?
No, not.
You don't really sprout wheatgrass. Oops, thank you.
How much seeds do you actually put in the bag?
Oh, I think I did.
Did you sign this one?
I think I did 3 tablespoons.
How long this takes?
Well, this is coming up on 7 days now. Look at that, you came perfect timing. Did you want to buy? Perfect. Well, the interesting thing is that as gardeners, we get to choose how much we want to grow, right? So it really is up to us.
We all in this together. Make this world better.